Here on the Colour of Country Life Flow FM, speaking with Steve Bignell from Meat and Livestock Australia. Great to have you with us again, Steve.
Thanks for having us, Rikki.
Now, I'm going to try this one on you. We got a new commodity called Beefcoin. It's like Bitcoin, but it's the cattle price.
Well, I don't know about that, but the ECI, the price for young cattle, did break through the 1,100 cents barrier overnight.
Now, what's going on there? I mean, I know it keeps defying expectations. We talk about it every time, but I'm sure it's just the same factors still driving that demand.
It is. We obviously had that big rain event across New South Wales, Central Australia, Eastern and Northern Australia last week and the start of this week, and that has spurred restockers into action, so producers that are looking to buy cattle for fattening or the rebuilding purposes. They've jumped up from buying 31% of cattle last week to 40% this week. So it's really the rain has spurred on the restockers, and that's pushing the prices higher.
So I guess there's just absolute confidence there that pastures are going to be in good nick for some time with the soil moisture.
Yeah, definitely. And that's definitely what we're seeing. We've got restockers are paying 175 premium above feedlots and 275 above processors. So restockers are believing that they can buy cattle, put weight on them, and then sell them from a margin.
Now, for our friends saying the Riverina and Victoria, I gather still a lot of the strong activities further north of them around the Queensland-New South Wales border?
Definitely. What we do see is that the prices, so the average price for a young cattle in Roma is $1,230, and we go down to Camperdown, it's $845. So there's a big difference between what the young cattle market in the north of Australia and that of Victoria and the southern states.
I think I caught something from the Bureau of Meteorology. There's one place in Queensland that had 400 mils last week. I bet that's where the prices started moving. Definitely,
and what we're seeing, we've obviously had this rebuild and been talking about this restocker demand for over 18 months now. But I think given that so much of the rain was in Central Australia and Northern Australia, Central Queensland, we're seeing that the restocker demand is no longer coming from just New South Wales, it's coming from that sort of Northern Australia area.
Okay, well, moving, I guess, from the bovines to the ovines, it even looks like the sheep had a bit of a pick-up over the last week.
Yeah, what we have seen is we saw, interestingly, lamb slaughter for the week. We collect voluntary data, so it isn't compulsory, but lamb slaughter rose 10% for last week. And what we've seen that has translated into higher prices for heavy lambs, trade lambs and mutton.
And what about, say, for our friends in Western Victoria? It looks like there might be some positivity for them in that part of the world.
Hamilton's making up 34% of the trade lamb indicator, and it's trading at 8.93 cents per kilo carcass weight, which is 30 cents above where the actual national trade lamb indicator is operating.
And where are things looking like they're heading, I guess, in the future directions? Have we had the spring flush? Has it fully gone through yet, or are we still waiting for that to maybe wobble up and down a bit yet?
It's been an interesting thing because it does come a bit back to the process demand. So this week, like I said, we've obviously had a lot of sheep activity and lamb activity, but when those processors weren't there, the prices obviously dipped. We've had them back for a week, and we've seen prices rise 3.5% for the heavy lambs, 2% for trade lambs. So we've seen that as the processors vented, that has pushed the prices up. We did get the ABS statistics back overnight, and in September we had a record seasonally adjusted lamb throughput, which was 6 million for the quarter of September 2021.
Well, incredible times that we're living in, and it's always interesting to check in each week. Steve Bignell from MLA, thanks for joining us again today.
Thanks, Rikki.